Imagine being in 1911, in the middle of the Ford era, when the Model T is the best-selling car. In this scenario, a man appears who is considered the best racing car driver in the country. He is so famous that he decides to form a partnership and found his own car company, taking his name, Lewis Chevrolet. Over time, the company grows and beats Ford, becoming the leader in car sales. Lewis Chevrolet was proud of everything he built. However, life had different plans for him. He ended up leaving the company he founded and ended up struggling through the economic downturn of the Great Depression while his old company was generating millions of dollars. Even working in his own factory, Lewis barely earned enough money to survive. Chevrolet's untold story is marked by success, but also by life's adversities. It's the story of a co-founder who left his mark on the automotive industry and remains a symbol of perseverance and resilience. Lewis Chevrolet was born in 1878 in Switzerland and, since he was a little boy, he worked with his father in a watch shop. At just 9 years old, the family faced an economic crisis and had to move to France. There, Lewis dropped out of school at age 11 and started working in a bicycle repair shop, where he learned all the basics and repaired bicycles at a very young age. At the age of 16, Lewis designed his own bike, the Frontina C, and entered many local races around town, frequently finishing in first place. During the spring of 1897, Lewis was sent to the Hotel de la Poste to repair a steam-powered tricycle belonging to an American. This tricycle was one of the first automobiles at the time and was making waves in the region. When Lewis arrived, he was amazed by what he saw, and it was at that moment that he fell in love with automobiles. The American, William Kissam Vanderbilt, was impressed with the young Chevrolet's skills and talent and encouraged him to come to America. So, after his visit to the Hotel de la Poste, Lewis Chevrolet began to dream of crossing the Atlantic Ocean. In 1899, Lewis finished designing another bicycle, the Gladiator, which was so impressive that it caught the attention of a manager at the Duroc automobile factory. This manager hired Lewis to work at the company's factory in Paris. During his time at Duroc, Lewis Chevrolet learned the fundamentals of internal combustion and four-stroke engines. With the money he earned, Lewis was finally able to fulfill his dream of reaching America. He settled in New York, where he started working in the automotive industry and became a renowned racing driver. In 1911, he founded the Chevrolet Motor Company with his partner William C. Lewis Chevrolet was a Swiss racing driver and engineer who emigrated to the United States in the 1900s. He founded Chevrolet Motors with William Durant in 1911 after Durant lost control of General Motors. Chevrolet grew quickly and expanded its distribution to Canada, England, and even Australia, but Lewis left the company after a disagreement with Durant. He sold his stake in the company and gave up the opportunity to become one of the richest men in America. In 1915, he founded the Frontenac Motor Company, where he designed incredibly fast cars and enjoyed great success on the racetrack. However, in 1922, the youngest of the Chevrolet brothers, Gaston, was killed in an accident while racing in Beverly Hills. This left Lewis stuck with all the costs of developing the prototype. Lewis Chevrolet's company focused on developing automobile engines and light aircraft engines. During America's worst economic crisis, he found himself poor and jobless with not many options. With no better alternative, Lewis went back to work at the fast-growing company he founded. Unfortunately, he was employed as a simple mechanic, working on the Chevrolet assembly line. In 1938, an illness forced the amputation of his leg, which caused him to retire from work. With no money to cover his health problems, he died in 1941 at the age of 63, the victim of a heart attack. After the death of Lewis Chevrolet, his wife and children faced financial difficulties. His wife sold the house they lived in and the family had to move to a modest apartment. Their children had to work from an early age to help support the family. Despite having had a life full of ups and downs, Louis Chevrolet left an important legacy for the automotive industry. He was a pioneer in racing car development, and his passion and knowledge helped create some of the most iconic cars in history. Although he has been damaged in his relationship with Chevrolet Motors, the company he helped found, his contribution to the automotive industry cannot be ignored. Louis Chevrolet was a man who believed in his dreams and fought to make them come true, even when things seemed impossible. Today, Chevrolet is one of the most recognized and respected car brands in the world. The company continues to innovate and produce high-quality cars, keeping the legacy of Louis Chevrolet alive. His entrepreneurial spirit and passion for racing cars continue to inspire many people around the world.